State Buckeyes in one of the great settings in all of college football. Boy, the scarlet and gray already rocking this house. This isn't your run-of-the-mill matchup. You get a couple of powerhouses, both ranked in the top 10, and statements can be made in this one. As we'll see the number 9 team in the country, the LSU Tigers, taking on the 4th-ranked team in the land, the Ohio State Buckeyes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. LSU ready to kick it away to get things started. He's going to bring it out from deep. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. Line gets set, first down. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. The sure hands, it's Ibuka. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one. This guy makes it look easy, just like a lot of recent Ohio State quarterbacks have.
Man, you can set your watch by these guys. I mean, whether it's C.J. Stroud, Justin Fields, I mean, we can keep going back year after year. They always got a really good signal caller that you can really depend on to make big plays.
And as an offensive coordinator, you don't need the perfect play with this guy as your running back. He's going to make the play perfect for you because he makes everybody miss. Spin moves, hurdles, stiff arms, speed, whatever it takes to move the sticks and score touchdowns.
Bulldozes him. And he picked up the first down, but he will remember the price he paid after that hit. As they unpack the pile, it's part of Ohio State's DNA to have a lethal running game.
And this is a trend, Reese. We can go back as long as you want to go back, and we can go back a couple years to J.K. Dobbins, and we can go all the way back to Eddie George. They always find great running backs at Ohio State.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
They're trying to get to it. And the defense will corral the quarterback, and down he goes at midfield.
This defense, they are tenacious, and they've got guys up front that are athletic and that are so strong and then can collapse the pocket. You saw it right there in that play-action attempt.
Quick completion on the out route. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. On fourth down, they'll run it, looking for the first. Crosses the 30, he's got to lay it. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Ohio State. You're not going to keep the lid on this guy forever. Sooner or later, he's going to get loose.
He is. He's a bad mother. Shut your mouth. I mean, this dude can make plays. That's why you keep feeding it to him, because at some point, he's going to break it loose and make a huge play.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll bring it out. It's Thomas. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. On first down, here comes this offense. He's going to pass. Caught in the backfield, it's Durham. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. Let's see what they've got on second down. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Finds a crease at the 20. Now they've got a little room to work with. They're out to the 28 with a first down.
Man, this guy is so scary when he has the ball in his hands. He kind of reminds me, he's got a little bit of Leonard Fournette. He's got a little bit of Clyde Edwards-Helaire, you know, just that shake and bake. When they get in the second level, DBs just don't seem to know how to tackle this guy. You don't want to submarine. He might hurtle over you, but if you don't go in with conviction, and he's got the speed to get outside and take it the distance. This dude just makes your heart stop every time he has the ball.
From the gun, the ground game. Still running at the 40. What a nifty run there to pick up the first down.
You know, you start day one of training camp running your base runs. You need a few yards, you run these plays. You need a first down, you run these plays. You rep them over and over and over again. They're not sexy, they're not pretty, but in the end, they're effective, and they get you that new set of downs when you need them.
Makes a grab, and he's dragged down. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Looking for a man, it's Nussmeier. Coming after him. And the defense gets to the quarterback. Now facing a third down as they line up after the break. He's looking downfield to throw. Pocket starts to collapse. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And on money down defensively, you got to find ways to affect the quarterback. Nice job by the defense, getting the pressure, getting to him, getting a hit on him, and forcing the incompletion, and now forcing the fourth down.
This is an opportunity to show your offense you believe in them. Their opening drive of the game, still in their own territory, going for it on fourth down. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs.
Well, here's a classic sudden change situation early in the game. We're going to see a few of these as the game goes on, but with the defense getting that stop on fourth down in their opponent.
Going over the top. It's complete. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buckeyes. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point makes it 14-0. That's the kind of drive everybody loves. OC quarterback, one snap, put it in the end zone. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Coming out with it, it's Williams. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can...
It's complete! A huge pickup! And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped. Now you got to think they'll really go on the attack. Big play has them set up 1st and 10 from the 48. Fires to the wideout. Oh, what a grab by the defense. Didn't have a lot of room to run after the pick, but he's done his job. They have it at the 44.
QB's got to pick and choose their spots when they want to be really aggressive and try to fit balls in tight windows. Great job by the DB making a big play, getting the ball back to its offense.
And the throw down the gut falls to the grass. That incompletion leads to 2nd down and 10. Wide receiver coming across in motion. See if they can get the edge on the jet sweep. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And to stop the jet sweep, you've got to be great at containing. You have to have players in the perimeter of your defense funnel the football and force it to go back inside. That time, that defense was not allowing that receiver to get outside.
That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down. On 4th down, they'll throw for it. Going up top. And he's got it inside the 10. And they finally get him to the ground. An easy conversion for this offense. Defense not exactly the perfect 4th down call there. Looking to throw, it's Howard. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete. this offense right now, they're doing some damage through the air. That's now their second passing touchdown. They thought coming into this game they were going to have some matchups on the perimeter of the field that they could take advantage of, and they've done that so far here today.
And with the extra point, they're up 21-0. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll bring it out. It's Williams. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. They find themselves in a pretty deep hole here, but maybe a chance to grab a little momentum and regroup at halftime.
Yeah, a big chance. Like this is an opportunity. This is the biggest opportunity in front of them in the game right now. You got to get some points on the board. You got to create something positive, Jesse. There hasn't been a whole lot to be positive about in the first half.
And he is snowed under, sacked at the 7.
This is not going to get any easier. You're already down. You know it's passing situation, and you got to protect your quarterback, and they can't do it. This has not been a great day early for this offense.
From the gun, the running back has it. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down.
There's just not a lot of great play calls, guys, for 3rd in California. So you hand it off, you try to get some of that yardage back, and see what happens next.
Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. LSU will bring the punt team on the field. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. He'll settle for some pretty good field position and make the fair catch at around the 35. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. There's enough time left in the half here, David, to make something happen.
Dang right. I want to be aggressive.
Going for the big play. And they won't make the connection going for the big play.
And as an offense, you want to stay aggressive. You want to keep calling these downfield shots. I know you didn't complete that one, but you want to send a clear message. You're trying to take the top off this defense. You keep calling downfield shots. You soften up the coverage. You get those safeties playing deep. That's going to open up your running game later on.
They ripped off a big one, and they get it down to the 27.
And the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. Good little pickup there as he saw some daylight and got what he could. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Back to throw, it's Howard. Looking for the end zone. And it's caught! Touchdown, Buckeyes!
And I love this offense, man. Staying aggressive. Just because you got the lead, you know people can score points in bunches. This offense keeps the foot on the accelerator, scores again on the final play, and now this offense has even more of a cushion going into halftime.
And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And the scoring play comes on a touchdown pass from 22 yards out. The Buckeyes will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. He'll bring it out. It's Williams. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Huge deficit to start this third quarter. They just need to find something to build a little confidence.
Yeah, it hasn't gone well.
He throws back across his body, and it's picked off. A return there would have just been icing on the cake. They'll just have to settle for the cake at the 23.
It's a good young lesson for all young receivers out there. Never jump up and down waving your hands trying to get the attention of the quarterback, because guess what? All you're doing instead is getting the attention of the defense. They're able to run over and get the eye of the team.
Offense making its way onto the field to start the drive. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Fires into traffic, intercepted. Got some room to run. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
What a big game-changing play. I love when you see defensive players, they jump on the ball like they were the offensive guy. So aggressive, going and getting that pick, creating some big mojo for your team.
LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Single back formation, and they give it to it. On the move at the 30. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the first down.
You know, they pride themselves on being physical at the point of attack, dominating at the line of scrimmage. Nice job there picking up the first down.
Off play action on first down. Unloads to the wideout. Incomplete, and he threw that one up for grabs and into traffic. Fortunate to get it back. Offense working from the pistol. They'll give it to the back. They make the stop, give him 3 yards on the carry. Ball's at the 24. Ball's at the 24. A lot of confidence in their kicker from here, but they'd love to take it off of his foot and convert the first down. Makes the grab. It's Durham. And they stop him just short of the stick. It'll bring up a decision on fourth down.
Yeah, and that's one of those where you just look at the coverage. You look at down the field, taking away all the options, making sure you don't throw that ball downfield to get the first down. The only option, check it to the running back. Now I close that space. Nice job tackling.
And they stop the fourth down pass. The defense gets off the field.
And the offense stays aggressive. They try to throw the football and just weren't on the same page. It was an incompletion. He could have done a better job, I think, throwing the ball to his receiver and maybe making it where it's more of a 50-50 ball where he can make a play. Defense gets the big stop.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. Offense gets set for second down. Leaves it with the running back. Found a little bit of running room, knocked down at the 24 after a pickup of 4. How bold will they be on third down after that last run? They'll go to the ground. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35.
Well, that's kind of the advantage of third and medium, right? Is the defense, you keep them guessing. You can throw it, you can run it. That time they hand it off, and they pick it up.
And you can see the D drop back a little bit. It creates a little bit of space. The running back blasts through, gets the first down.
And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big gain.
Looking to throw, it's Howard. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. And the Buckeyes come to the line in the hurry-up.
That's what this defense has to do, guys. They've got to knock this quarterback down to the ground. He's already thrown a couple of TDs. The only way you're going to...
He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. Touchdown, Ohio State! And the pummeling has started. A lot of glorious days in the history of the Buckeyes, and this might put this guy right at the top of the list for a single game.
And that list of names is incredible. Like, we could go down the list of so many guys that have been such great playmakers, so dynamic. So to think about putting yourself in that category, we're going to be talking about winning trophies and this guy being an All-American by season's end.
And they tack on the extra point for a 35-0 lead. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Fielded in the end zone. It's Williams. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. That fourth down gamble didn't pay off on the last drive, and it led to giving up a scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and everybody wants to go for it on fourth down. Everybody wants that, but your defense sometimes has to bail out your decision-making. We decided to go for it. We didn't get it. The defense, Jesse, didn't come up big and prove me right.
Yeah, not complimentary football, no doubt. But look, this offense has been in these situations before. So you got to come back out here, take the field. It's a fresh set of downs, brand new drive. Let's go out and execute, put some points on the board.
Finds his man. It's Lacey. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big kickoff and a first down for this offense. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Looking to go up top on first down. Got it in the middle. It's Lacey. And they make the tackle, not before he gets the first down. Now let's see if they rush to the line or let the time run out here in the third.
That's the end of the third quarter. With the score, Ohio State 35, LSU 0.
The Tigers come to the line with a new set of downs. They're going to throw it again. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. This offense has a second down play. Dropping back, it's Nussmeier. He lets it fly. He's got it. I'm sorry, you're unlikely to win today, but here's a fabulous parting gift, a late touchdown. Safe to say the offense could have used a few more plays like that earlier in the game.
Too little, too late. At least you got something going. You got some kind of rhythm. The offense put some points up. Man, if they'd have started a little bit better, they might have had a chance to be a little bit more in this ballgame.
The deficit is huge, this one is all, but Overton, they'll keep trying and line up for the onside kick. Looks as if the hands team will be able to recover the ball. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
And it was a nice job in play calling, too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
He stopped at the 32-yard line, pick up a 5 on the play, and it'll be a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. Hard running there.
Yeah, and he's shown you a little bit of everything today. Shows you why he's a really good back, and the line's paved some holes. And he's right at 99 yards. And the way this game's going with the lead, he's going to get a few more touches, break that century mark, and when you do, you have a great chance of winning football games.
Just feeds the running back. And he was able to run through one tackle, but still only a modest gain. The Buckeyes headed quickly to the line. Back to pass, it's Howard. Finds his back in the middle. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down.
And that's a really good example of a quarterback and his intended target both being on the same page. The timing was almost perfect on that play. That's why they were able to convert the third down, now setting up first and goal.
He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. On second and goal, they go right back to him. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
Points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns in the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Fielded in the end zone, it's Williams. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. This has been a really disappointing performance, David, no question about that, but they can find some positives. And he is finding wide-open defenders all over the field. His third interception of the day.
This is a beautiful situation for the defense. When you're up by 2+ scores and you're in this situation, you know exactly what is coming. It's going to be a pass. They have to because the clock is their enemy. Great job playing pass, forcing the interception, almost putting the nail in the coffin.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Really nice stop there from this senior leader. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. He got it. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down. And they don't have to go for a touchdown here with this little time left and with the lead, but they might anyway. They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
Man, this has been a complete performance. The defense has been lights out, and the offense, obviously, just continues to pour it on. This is what you call having a great day. Putting it all together, offense, defense, complementary football.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. He'll bring it out. It's Williams. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out in the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Well, this has pretty much been an evisceration, an old-fashioned stomping, Jesse.
Yeah, and listen, this is one of those games where you're not necessarily throwing the playbook in the trash after this one, but I do think this coaching staff, David, really has to be honest with themselves and rethink what schemes are working and not working and which guys maybe need to get more touches in this offense.
Well, I think I like the trash option as well because it's been hot trash. This has been a bad day. Offense, defense, giving up a ton of points, not scoring near enough. So it's been a bad day you're going to want to forget.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the first down.
They'll snap it from the 25 here on 1st down. To the air, it's Nussmeier. Here's a throw downfield late. And it is another interception. Just a terrible struggle for this quarterback. And they capitalized not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
The #1 objective for a defense is to make the offense one-dimensional. Well, when they're trailing by this much, late in the game, they're one-dimensional. They have to pass the football. We can bring more speed on the field. You see it. We know you're throwing the football. Nice break on the football. Nice interception. This one's almost over.
Just complete and utter dominance in this one. Outplayed their opponent and took